are presented by Doodat Dental Group and TrueMark Financial Credit. And we are here, finally, in person. What an achievement to have rebuilt the famed Philadelphia room here at the beloved Hard Rock Cafe after it was terrorized and burned to the ground just 193 very long days ago. Thank you to all of you for helping us get here, building back brick by rock and roll memorabilia brick. Look around and don't ever forget that while beauty is impermanent, so too is destruction. There is poetry in this rebirth for this iconic symbol of Philadelphia glory, and the joke is on the heathens who sought to tear us down. While Washington remains the symbol of greed and moral bankruptcy, Philadelphia, in our daily grit, is once again the city of champions. The capital, you can have it. The Hard Rock over our dead bodies. As for the vandals who stormed these hallowed halls, drunk on the stupor of a rookie quarterback, blind to their old, terrible defense, they would be served to think about their team's name. Commanders. Commanders. Commandars. Command R, of course, the keyboard shortcut for reload, which is exactly what we have done here tonight. Beyond this resurrection, we are here for two purposes this evening. First, to celebrate the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. A season that began when an ill-timed snowstorm led to the delayed return of head coach Nick Sirianni, who was then buttressed by new coordinators in Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio, an offseason of home run swings by Howie Roseman, and the additions of Saquon Barkley, Bryce Huff, Zack Baun, Mekhi Becton, and CJ Uzomah. A draft in which staying pat for Quinyon Mitchell meant being able to trade up for Cooper DeJean to invigorate youth into an aging secondary. A season that began with a trip to Brazil for mall sushi and difficult to pronounce cocktails.
Caprino.
Which led to late game mishaps, sagging defense, shaved heads, and yelling at fans. A season that began to turn as Vic Fangio's defense coalesced into a smash-mouth unit built the way you're taught not to wipe back to front.
God.
A season defined by Saquon Barkley's dominance on the ground as he chased 2,000 yards rushing behind a powerful offensive line as the team answered every challenge along the way. Come the playoffs, the Eagles dismantled the greatest quarterback of our time, Jordan Love. The divisional round delivered a scenic snow game for the ages, with Jalen Carter coming up huge when the season was on the line. Next up were the Commanders, who were beaten up so badly they left Philadelphia looking like Josh Harris. And then the Super Bowl, when the Eagles completed a monumental run that landed them on the list of the greatest teams of all time and delivered another parade down Broad Street. Yeah, give it up. Yeah. But as the Eagles prepare to begin their new climb with the preseason opener tomorrow night, we are also here to say goodbye to a friend. Please, give it up for the one and definitely the only Zach Berman. All right, Zach, we're going to get to you later. In the meantime, please accept this parting gift. Hold on. I've got a few things for you here. It's going to be a long night.
I can imagine.
I want you to be prepared. Some limes. Some sugar.
Ah, a caprina.
And what you need for the caparina.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ospreys. You can take the hats off.
Oh, how about the vest?
Take the vest off too.
Oh, okay.
That's up to you. Boys, how you doing?
Doing great.
Doing great. Excited for the show.
How you feeling, Zach?
Honestly, I am touched and overwhelmed and appreciative of everyone here. And I am, as always, in awe of your creativity.
Well, thank you. All right, the first award of the evening. Who's ready? First, talking to this mic? Okay. The best separating player of the year. The nominees: Landon Dickerson, who went to his third straight Pro Bowl at left guard. Oh, we got a little feedback here, huh? Fred Johnson, who started 6 games in place of Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata and earned himself a contract. Tanner McKee, who finished the season as the second best quarterback in the league by EPA per dropback. That's true. Devontae Smith, career low 833 receiving yards, but made perhaps the most memorable offensive play of the Super Bowl. And Mekhi Becton, who won a job in the summer, dominated as a run blocker en route to a handsome free agent deal. Landon Dickerson was the winner last year. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Zach. Get us off.
So I'm going with Devontae Smith on this one because of the dagger in the Super Bowl, right? So that's you think about the season, you think about that memorable play. It's a parroting player award, or is it supposed to be somebody who we didn't expect?
It's up to you.
Yeah. Look, I want some equity with Devontae, so give me Smitty here.
So your journalistic integrity is in question.
No, not at all.
Keep that in mind.
Fran, how do you feel?
I lean towards Landon
Do you
Dickerson
even need
here.
the only one in the vest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
Only right. I'm going to go Landon Dickerson here. I think that, obviously, look, Devontae faced injury at times. He had the huge play in the Super Bowl, had some great moments throughout the year. But I think Dickerson was a steady force throughout. And, I'm going to go with Landon Dickerson.
I think you know who I think should win this.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, he stole a scene. Well, who do you guys think?
We should pass it back and forth, Mika.
What do you say, Reed? Tanner McKee, Reed says. And the Osprey for best separating player on offense goes to Julia. Hit it.
Tanner, what's going on, man? It's Benjamin St. Jude's, defensive back for the LA Chargers, and I wanted to personally send you this video to congratulate you on winning the award, which led to you getting a promotion. There's nothing better than congratulate someone for some hard work, dedication, and discipline that led to him getting a promotion, man. I love it. And you got to thank your not-so-secret crush for allowing me to send you this video, man. She thought of you, and she wanted to make sure that you feel seen and recognized for what you did. So, félicitations pour ta promotion. Je suis vraiment content. Puis, si tu as besoin de n'importe quoi ou quoi que ce soit dans le futur, n'hésite pas à m'envoyer un message. Toujours là pour te supporter. Ciao, bro.
Zach, that is Benjamin St-Justa congratulating Tanner McKee in French on winning the award for best separating player.
Once again, that is not how they speak in Montreal.
He just did it.
No. But I'm proud of my Canadian heritage, and also I'm proud of my son Reed. He's the one who said that. So
You do.
shout out to Reed over there.
All right. Next up is the best separating player on defense. The nominees: Cooper DeJean, who entered the lineup in week 6, never looked back, and became one of the best nickels in football, allowing the Eagles to stay in their nickel personnel for most of the stretch run. Nakobe Dean, who played the best football of his young career until he suffered a season-ending injury. Milton Williams, who had a career-high 5 sacks and a dominant playoff run. Brandon Graham, I mean, you want to talk about a supporting character arc. Dominates, suffers a season-ending injury, comes back for the Super Bowl. And you've got Nolan Smith, who, as we've talked about, perhaps the best in-season improvement of any player I can remember. Where do you guys fall? Fran, I'll start with you.
I think this one is much easier than the offensive one. I think this one's Cooper DeJean.
Yes.
I think when you look at his role from week 5, when he got inserted into the starting lineup the impact he had, obviously the pick 6 in the Super Bowl as well. To me, this is Cooper DeJean.
Yes, I feel similarly here, going with the Super Bowl theme of Devontae Smith. I need to stay with Cooper DeJean. The season changed too when he entered the starting lineup, and I should add with the Super Bowl theme that Cooper DeJean is on the back of a book coming out on September 23rd called Leap Year. Have to get that plugged in while I can.
Where can people buy that?
What's that?
Where can
People can buy that wherever books are sold. And shout out to Brandon Graham, who wrote the foreword for that book.
I think we can agree the Osprey for best supporting player on defense does, in fact, go to Cooper DeJean. A PHLY employee. We were in the tank. Next up is the Rook of the Year. The nominees: Quinyon Mitchell, who established himself as one of the league's best young corners. Cooper DeJean, the winner of the Best Supporting Player Award for Most Outstanding Supporter on Defense. Jalix Hunt, who ran through Joe Tooney like a Mack truck. Will Shipley, who had that forced fumble. And Johnny Wilson, who, boy, can he block. Zach, where do you go?
I got to go Quinyon Mitchell, not just for the way he played, but I like to diversify the awards here, right? It shouldn't just go to the same people.
Why
every
is it
time.
always about race with you?
I mean, spreading it out, giving different people the awards, right? Remember in high school at the award ceremony, the same person won every award? I don't want that. I want everyone to try to get different awards. So this one goes to Cooper
Julia?
DeJean. It was typically Alex Kaplan and Pete Vernon. Shout out to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Julia was awesome in high school. Always.
Julia, I think you're awesome now, too.
It's Quinyon, yeah. I'm a little alarmed by how much football we're getting into this early in the show, considering we have 3 hours to go. But
You got to front load it.
Yeah.
You got to front load
That's
it.
fair.
Everybody agrees? Quinyon Mitchell? Congratulations to Quinyon Mitchell for winning the Rook of the Year award. Next up, a fun category. The Egrets, I've had a few, award for the worst decision of the year. The nominees: Nick Sirianni, kicking a field goal, up 3, with under 2 minutes to go against the Falcons in week 2, thereby incentivizing the Falcons to win the game. Losing Dylan McMahon in favor of James Bradbury and Albert O. Signing Bryce Huff.
Still
There was
involved.
reasons. Not extending Milton Williams sooner. And Terrell Lewis for not paying that OnlyFans model. I mean, which one had the biggest consequences in their life?
Nick Sirianni will probably have more hair if it weren't for the decision in week 2 against Atlanta.
Do they win the Super Bowl if he doesn't do that?
Yeah. You can say that about a lot of this stuff. though.
Sure. You're thinking
Yeah,
Terrell
I'm
Lewis,
putting
aren't
someone.
you?
No, I'm not going Terrell Lewis. I'm gonna go with the Nick Sirianni at the end of the game. I think that's the one. And look, it's in crunch time. It's a tough one, but you were incensed by that.
So
man.
mad.
You were inconsolable.
It's day one
the whole game,
stuff.
so,
Yeah.
no, that was a bad one.
Yeah, I like to think who you are some of the time is who you are all the time. So I would probably tell Terrell Lewis that he probably should have. But in reality, I agree. Nick Sirianni, at the end of that 4th down, they lost that game. They could have handled it differently. Who knows how the season would have materialized otherwise? But I still believe that when you look at win probability, that was a game they should not have lost. So egrets, he would have a few.
Very nice. We all agree? Sirianni? Okay.
McMahon.
McMahon. I don't know. There's a populist uprising for Dylan McMahon. We'll give the Osprey to Nick Sirianni. Congratulations to Nick Sirianni. All right, Zach, we do have a couple other non-award cameos for people who we've reached out to wish you well on your way. And so let's play the first one.
May I turn around and look?
You may.
Zach, Seth Greenberg here, and I want to congratulate you on your new position. And, I really did appreciate how you covered me while my time at Virginia Tech. You were always fair. You always had a job to do. Hopefully we gave you the access that you needed to do that job. But I have to admit that your coworkers are a little miffed. I mean, you're leaving them, they're not really happy about that, especially you're leaving them for that other team down the road. They call it the enemy. I don't know if it's the enemy. I think it's a great opportunity for you. I think a lot of exciting things are happening. You've done a great job in what you've done. Now, I have to admit, your group, if a picture came up on the wall of you, they might put a big X in the middle of it. I don't know, but I always did appreciate the manner in which you did your job. And I always respected the job that you did. That's the most important thing. If someone's honest and fair and does the job the right way and doesn't have an agenda, that's all you can ask for as a coach. Now, your coworkers, they might never mention your name again. That's bullshit. You know it. I know it. They really do appreciate and respect you, and you do your job at the very highest level. So I'm wishing you the best of luck and enjoy what you do, because you do it really, really well. Hope to see you soon.
All right. We couldn't hear that very well, huh? What's that? Okay, we'll work on that. Zach, how does that make you feel?
I am eager to watch this on Friday to hear what Seth said. Seth Greenberg was one of the first college basketball coaches I covered at the Washington Post in 2008, and I learned a lot covering him, and I pestered him probably more than he appreciated then. But he was a joy to cover back then. So I'm eager to hear what he said. I hope he said nice things, but I appreciate Seth.
All right, I missed a spot in the rundown.
Wow.
We're going to circle back. We're going to play another video here. We actually have somebody to present the award for the Rook of the Year.
Hey, Kenyon, former Washington quarterback and Super Bowl 26 MVP Mark Rippon here. On behalf of myself and Fran and Zach, we'd like to congratulate you on winning this award for the best new hire at work. We thought you were going to be good, but even still, you surpassed all of our expectations. I know your favorite restaurant is Hard Rock Cafe, and you love jewelry. So go Commanders, and thank you for everything you do, my friend. Have a great day, and HTTR, HTTC. Hail to the Birds. And hail to the Commanders. Cheers.
All right, Mark Rippon. You see, we're making them a part of it.
Yeah. And very inclusive.
You understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's time for our first break, our first ad break. I'm going to let you guys handle the ad breaks.
Yes.
And then we'll come back with much more
I'm first up.
at the 8th Annual Osprey Award.
Absolutely. You're seeing this hat. It is not Mando. I actually have not yet read a read from them. I'm excited today to tell everyone about Shady Rays, and because if you see my car right now, if you see me walking around practice, I'm wearing Shady Rays whenever I'm there. I keep a pair just for that. You know the moment, though, the one when you realize you left your favorite pair of sunglasses at the beach or on the roof of your car. That's not a problem for me. I usually can't reach the roof. Or at the gas station 3 states away. Well, I've been there too, where I've left my sunglasses. I once left it in a movie theater when I had to leave the theater because I had to cover something with Jason Peters. That's a story for another day. And I wish those sunglasses then were Shady Rays because Shady Rays, it changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life. They're seriously good-looking, polarized, durable. and not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses without fear. On hikes, I'm not much of a hiker, but on walks or bike rides down the Schuylkill Trail, at concerts, on a boat, wherever, Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Since we're celebrating Zach tonight, we know that he's full of his sayings. And one of the sayings that he has said numerous times in the show, be where your feet are. You can't be where your feet are if you don't have a good floor. So you're going to go for a good floor. Well done. Thank you. For your best floor, you got to go to Empire today because we know, just like your favorite team needs a home field advantage, your home needs a home floor advantage, and Empire Today can help you get it. Empire Today has flooring experts, those dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. We know that you can go to the big box store. You gotta go in. You gotta pick out all your supplies on your own. You're not dealing with experts there. Those people that you're gonna deal with at the big box store, they might have been dealing with paint or light bulbs or the gardening section the day before. You want to make sure you go where they are experts in flooring. And why is Empire Today your best bet for the new floor? Well, Empire Today, they live and breathe flooring, and they will be with you every single step of the way. They bring the showroom right to your home, and you can check out all the colors, everything you want right there in your space, in your house. You don't get any better than that. So again, schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHLY listeners can receive a $350 discount when using the promo code PHLY. Yes, you heard that right. A $350 discount with code PHLY. Restrictions apply. Visit Empire Today/PHLY for full details.
All right, we're back. Thank you very much to all of you for being here tonight. Not only in support of us, but also to help raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. No small gesture. And on that topic, Zach, as we continue to roll through these cameos, I did take it upon myself to withdraw the cash that you and I have raised from doing cameos for Sickos over the past couple of years. It's like around $1,300. Nothing to sneeze at. And so we're gonna be donating that split between Shop and the Attic Youth Center in Philadelphia. So that'll be about $200 for Chop and $1,100 to the Attic Youth Center, so we can officially close the book on the Emmanuel Forbes bet.
Fair enough.
Okay. We move on. The next award of the evening, the Ugly Duckling Award for the person who most surpassed expectations. This one feels a lot of good potential options here.
Okay.
Zack Baun, tough to beat Zack Baun in this category.
Yes.
Yeah.
Signed as a special teams player, turned into the best inside linebacker in football. But Saquon Barkley, signed to be great, turned out to be historic. Quinyon Mitchell, way better than a rookie cornerback should be. Vic Fangio, we thought what might be reasonable was bring this defense to respectability. Instead, he brought him to the best defense in football. And then Nick Sirianni led the team to a Super Bowl. Zach, where do you go on the person who most surpassed expectations?
ZB, Zack Baun.
You made good arguments for Saquon. You made a good argument for Quinyon, for Nick Sirianni, but we're celebrating ZB tonight, so we gotta go with Zack Baun. I think that when you consider what the expectations were with him coming in, sub-package edge rusher maybe, becomes an all-pro linebacker. You can't ask for more.
I feel like from now on, maybe when I read a name, we'll do applause and then we'll read it that way, see what people think. But we do have somebody to give us this award. The Osprey for Ugly Duckling goes to.
What's up, everybody? Jay Gruden here, ex-head coach of the Washington.
Go Birds.
Hail to the
Go Birds.
now the Commanders. I'm sporting my WNBA shirt. Sophie Cunningham, man, I'm a huge fan of her. She's a tough son of a bitch. Anyway, I want to congratulate Zach on winning the Ugly Duckling Award. Zach, Everybody had their doubts about you. Nobody thought you could do anything. They thought you were a bum with nothing to offer the world. However, you came out of nowhere and turned into a beautiful, awesome, bald man. Congratulations. Prove the doubters wrong. Keep doing your thing, Zach. You are the man.
Very cheap.
All right, I'm hurting for money.
There is something with, there is something with him and Rippin. These guys are just dying to say the name of the former team. Like, they want to shoehorn it in there so bad. So thank you to Jamie for go birdsing those instead. All right, next up, the Kaka You Suck Award for an opposing player, coach, or executive who performed the worst against the Eagles. Some very good nominees here. We begin with Frankie Luvu in the NFC Championship game, embarrassing himself in front of the entire country. Next up, Cooper Rush in Week 10. 13 of 23 for 45 passing yards. Next up, I'm sorry about this, Fran. Jordan Love in the wild card round. 20 of 33 for 212 yards and 3 interceptions.
He was hurt.
Patrick Mahomes in the first half of the Super Bowl, 6 for 14 for 33 yards passing and 2 interceptions. And finally, Joe Shane. That's after the season. I think it's got to be Joe Shane.
The crowd.
Yes.
I think it's you were right on there. It's got to be Joe Shane delivering Saquon Barkley to our front door.
Yeah.
First award he's ever going to win.
Unclassy move there on Joe Shane's part.
What a pop!
Yeah, Joe Shane.
Congratulations to Joe Shane on his Osprey Award. All right, a brand new award that we've never had before. It's time for the very first Franz Dovebird Award.
Yes.
Now, before we get there, friend, last year's Ospreys,
My
your debut.
Yeah.
Are you feeling reflective? Are you feeling ZB-ish about this whole thing?
I would say a little less angst than ZB right now, but overall, no, it's been a great year.
Okay.
Great year.
Amazing year.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you will agree, Zach. Probably harder to find things to make fun of Fran about than either of us.
Well, Fran's football opinions are outstanding. Yeah. I mean, I would like to think that it shouldn't be so easy to find things to make fun of me about, but no, I agree. Fran is impenetrable.
He did it again.
What? I did what again?
All right.
It's too early for this. Wait for the third hour.
The nominees for Franz Dovebird go to Doing Guys. Jordan Love.
Guilty.
Season 2's.
That's going. Yep. Yep.
Nathan Peterman, just in perpetuity.
Deep cut. Yep.
And then Swooper. What was that?
What was that one? Oh, okay, the
Couch
Fair.
Fairy.
That's
Yeah.
great. Very good. Yep.
I love that. Good job.
That's a good one. Good one.
I mean, the applause for Doing Guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaks for itself. I think it's gotta be
Congratulations
that.
to Doing Guys
Yes.
for winning the Oscar Award.
My best memory ever at St. Elmo's, and I've been to St. Elmo's probably every year for 13 years, is sitting with 3 astute football minds and them just talking about all the guys they were doing that year. And it's like, and I'm the only one there who hasn't done all these guys. So,
And of course, who was the only guy who you did do?
who was that?
Rock Sanders.
Raheem
Oh,
Sanders.
yes. That is true, Raheem Sanders.
Former 5-star recruit.
Former 5-star recruit.
All right, next up, we're going to keep rolling through these awards. We've got more fun stuff to come, but we got to get through these first. Okay. The Golden Fruit Dove Award for the player with the most juice. A.J. Brown, the defending champion of this 2 years in a row. He is nominated once again, as is Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Carter, and Zack Baun.
I think this is Saquon Barkley. I think when you, especially considering the fact that he set all the records for the big play touchdowns, the way that he carried this team, to me, it's number 26.
For all of you who have met me in person before, and the question I always ask is, how can the show be better? So I'd like to take your feedback. So give me your answer. Who's the answer for this one? There's the answer, Saquon Barkley.
Great crowd work. Fantastic. I think this is Saquon. Yeah, congratulations to Saquon Barkley on winning this award. All right, next up we have the Zach's Dovebird of the Year.
Oh.
Lot of options here.
Oh, God.
We start with Saquon Barkley. You were very ahead of the curve on Saquon Barkley. I got to give you credit.
Yeah.
Next up, Malcolm Gladwell. Also nominated, Technology. Another in perpetuity nominee for you here, Kyle Pitts.
Of course.
And of course, the final nominee, Zach, Dane Brugler.
I'm going to give this to Fran because I can't vote for him for a line.
Dane Brugler.
Congratulations to Dane Brugler.
Make sure everyone reads Fran Duffy's Die Hard Draft Guide. It is outstanding. I need to say, so Fran, Bo and Shield were always privy to Fran's draft notes. This was my first time seeing Fran's draft notes this year, right? I wasn't on that text chain. I was like, I felt like Coach Flynn at a certain point when Bo and Shield used to text Coach Flynn. So now that I see Fran's draft work, I can say Fran is my favorite draft analyst.
Now, by the way, you mentioned Shield.
Yes.
I believe Shield is in the audience tonight. Shield, I'm very touched that you came by the neighborhood and stopped by. I did it again, by the way. I skipped a cameo. The Golden Fruit Dove Award for the player with the most juice goes to...
What's going on, Quan? It's Cameron Cheeseman here, former long snapper for the Washington Commanders. Your friend Jeffrey wanted me to come on here and wish you a big congratulations on a heck of a year. You had an awesome year, and you won the Golden Fruit Dove Award at work. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, that's one step above the Super Bowl, in my opinion. You brought the juice every day. You did what it took to get the job done. You had excellent work ethic. Just like all my teammates and good friends, we strive to complete a goal, and you did it. I hear you're a huge Commanders fan, and just want to wish you a big congratulations. Even heard you got to meet the president. That's awesome. That's a great time. And yeah, man, congratulations on winning the award and having a great year of work. It's Cameron Cheeseman again. Hope you have a great rest of your year. Put in a lot more work, a lot more work ethic, and have another successful year. And maybe I'll catch you at a game or something. Who knows? Have a good one.
I worked very hard on making sure that they didn't have that idea. Like, oh, big Commanders fan here, at work, But there were a couple Commanders people who did not respond to the cameo request, so maybe they stepped it out. Yeah. I think I called him Quan and not Saquon to make it less obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People call him Say. That's when he grew up in Whitehall, they called him Say. That was his name then.
Okay. For next year's Ospreys, I'll take that advice. All right, Zach, we have another cameo to play for you. This is not an award. This is another admirer of yours who wants to wish you luck on your future.
Hey, Zach, congratulations on your new job. Exciting. Well-deserved. HC tells me that you're going to do a good job, but that you got to be careful because he doesn't want to have to hire you a defense lawyer. I have no idea what that means. He asked me to send you that message. all I want to do is wish you absolutely good luck on your new job. You're contributing to the economy and to your friends and family, and I know you'll do a good job. So here's to your new job and to doing great at it. And congratulations.
He was the most expensive of the cameos. He was also the quickest to respond. I'm talking like within an hour. Dersh hopped right on it. But, you probably couldn't hear it, did not follow the prompt at all. The prompt was for him to tell you, good luck in the new job. Just be forewarned. Your colleagues want you to know, if you are as horny at your next job as you are at this one, you will need someone like me. And so because he didn't follow the prompt, I have finally decided, I don't think he's a good guy.
So I understood the Seth Greenberg connection. When I saw that, I had to ask Fran who it was, and I didn't quite understand the Alan Dershowitz connection. I said the O.J. Simpson lawyer? That was my, so, but I appreciate the creativity. I kind of know what it's referring to. I know what the Sheriff Joe thing a few years ago, I had no idea what that was. No idea. I'm not so pop culture illiterate. Like I do read the newspaper, so I'm familiar with some of this. But I don't know if I should be complimented or insulted, but nonetheless, thank you for the contribution.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
Okay, next up, one of my favorite awards. I think one of everybody's favorite awards, the Chicken Little Award for the best short-lived storyline of the season.
Classic.
The nominees, Devin White's group text
Yes.
with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts.
Yep. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Clint Kubiak, offensive genius. Nick Sirianni's beef with Zach Ertz. A.J. Brown tosses the ball, Tanner McKee's first touchdown ball into the stands. And then finally, Nick Sirianni's kids at the podium. What do we think? I'm hearing mostly group text.
I think it's the group text. That would be my vote.
Yeah, definitely the group text. I was working on a story on the group text at one point, never materialized. I was also working on a story on Devin White being a Starbucks owner in Los Angeles. Didn't get to write that one either. So short-lived stories, definitely Devin White.
Congratulations to Devin White's group text. When do you think the last text, do you think he sends them congrats on winning the Super Bowl text?
I'm sure that group text still exists, yeah. I hope our group text will still exist.
Maybe not on Friday. All right, next up is the Goose Egg Award for the best Eagle to not play a game for the team. Devin White, congratulations, nominated again. Also nominated, Albert Okuegbunam. Matt Hennessy. Zach, maybe the last scoop that we broke together.
Never say never. We could, we're gonna be in this business for a long time, but we can work together.
Speak for yourself.
I plan on being in this business for a long time.
Next up, the great Dylan McMahon. And finally, Caden Stearns. Wow, that is harsh. Crickets for Caden Stearns. Wow. You were very high on Caden Stearns, Zach, I feel.
I remember him at Texas and with the Broncos. Tough injury.
Play for Vic Fangio.
Yep.
That's right. Seems like the crowd is pretty heavily behind somebody here.
Dylan McMahon. Has to be Dylan McMahon.
Let's hit the cameo. Another board
Dylan.
not worth it.
Mike Silver of The Athletic here. And by here, I mean Steelers camp in Latrobe on my camp tour. I understand you won the Goose Egg Award. I wanted to congratulate you on that. Sorry you missed the party. I know your people love you, despite that unfortunate state of affairs. And listen, I hear that you are coming off the highest of highs as a sports fan because you're an Eagles fan and they just won the championship, partly because of the roster that Howie Roseman built. And I've known him a long time. We've had moments of conflict and moments of humor. But one thing I've learned about Howie over the years is that one of his talents that you may not appreciate is that the man eats pound for pound more than anyone in the NFL. Apparently can hang with Andy Reid or really, really large people when he goes out and just crushes food. So just know that while he's wheeling and dealing and building a winner, he is also chowing down and somehow staying skinny. All right, Dylan, congrats. Goose egg, you're the man.
As far as you're concerned, he's Mike Gold.
I see what you did there.
All right, next up is the Bose Dovebird Award. We'll get a little crowd participation here. The nominees, D'Amico Ryans.
Handsome man.
What a looker. Dylan McMahon.
Yeah.
Lou Nichols. Brandon Chubb. That's a joke for the two of you. Brandon Chubb is the Super Bowl Radio Row interview we did that never aired because we didn't know who he was. But I think I did a very good job on the interview nevertheless.
Speak for yourself.
I sort of parsed it out as we went on. Chris has it. We can play it later. And then Mike McDonald. I couldn't figure out a fifth one, and I think I was a little too high on Mike McDonald last year. It's a two-horse race.
Yeah, it's Dylan McMahon.
Has to be Dylan McMahon.
I thought we were gonna go Chubb.
Well, I would, but I don't think anyone in the audience would. They don't know.
Well, you know.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Congratulations to Brandon Chubb for winning the Bose Dovebird Osprey Award. All right, I think you guys are going to like this one. We have the Cockatoo Good Award for Best Performance by an Opposing Player or Coach. The nominees, Xavier Worthy for his 8-yard reception in the third quarter, down 24-0. The next nominee, Xavier Worthy for his 50-yard reception in the third quarter, down 34-0. We also have Xavier Worthy for his 24-yard touchdown reception in the third quarter to make it 34-6. We have Xavier Worthy for his 50-yard touchdown reception with 1:56 remaining to narrow the score to 40-20. And finally, we have Xavier Worthy for his 1-yard reception in the first quarter when it was 0-0. What a performance.
I got to go with the second touchdown because that raised his fantasy value by like 4 rounds this summer.
Yeah?
Yeah, Xavier Worthy for this one.
Congratulations to Xavier Worthy's 1-yard reception for winning the Osprey. All right, Zach, I have another cameo for you. This one I think you will like a little more than the Dersh.
I hope so.
Zach, what's going on? It's Jimmy King of the Fab Five. Me and my Fab Five brothers, along with Bo, want to congratulate you on your new job. Congratulations, my brother. But I know you're a huge Fab Five fan. Thank you for that support. Thank you for that love. And you may know more about our team than you do about your own family. But Bo and the family want to let you know that even though they're happy for you, you broke their hearts by leaving. And could you please take the knife out of their backs? But anyway, they still want to give you some love and congratulate you. So from me, Jimmy King, and my Fab Five brothers, along with Bo, congratulations. But we're going to miss you. and give us our knife back. And go blue.
Fab Five right there. Me and Nick Sirianni can go back and
Jamie
forth.
Lynch was at the Final Four game, he says, in 93.
I'm envious of a lot of things about Jamie, that included.
You'll have to rewatch it on Friday.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you two ready for the next ad break, the final ad break?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll be back with more at the 8th Annual Osprey Awards as we let everybody good time to take a little bathroom break.
While everyone's doing that, this might be a good time for you to place bets as well, right? It's not just an ad break here, because whenever the moment, like right now, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365 has 90 million users worldwide. They live stream 780,000 events each year. They have early payout offers across the NBA and NHL. Bet365 pioneered live in-game betting. Today, Bet365 offers the widest range of games and markets available for live in-game betting across 78 states. So, whether you're betting on Phillies games, whether you're betting on Eagles games, whatever it may be, go to Bet365. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get that $150 in bonus bets. Again, win or lose. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, players props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and over and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We'll now hear from our friends at TrueMark Financial Credit Union, because believe it or not, back to school season is just around the corner. Francis is back. We're already starting to put together his packing list for elementary schools. We've got lunch containers and book bags, extra clothes, all the works. Look, first grade, it might be pint size, but let's be honest, the costs definitely are not. That's why this year I'm planning ahead, and I'm going to be using my TrueMark Financial Credit Union debit card that earns rewards. And every single time I swipe that card and choose credit for my back-to-school purchases, whether it's snacks, school shoes, or that ridiculously cute backpack that I know that he will not be able to resist, I will be earning points. And those points, I can redeem them for cash, travel, retail, gift cards, merchandise, and more. I've already got my eye on a gift card that'll help cover part of my school supply haul. It feels good knowing that I'll be getting a little something back just for buying the things that we need anyway. So if you're already a TrueMark Financial Credit Union member, be sure to check out your debit card benefits before you start shopping. And if you're not yet a member, now is the time, again, to join. Just stop by one of TrueMark Financial Credit Union's 24 branches or visit TrueMark.com to open your account today. TrueMark Financial Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA. We appreciate TrueMark Financial for sponsoring this podcast.
I think you saw much requested after the summer.
Yeah.
All right, friend. Here's an impression of me yesterday. That's me walking into my house. It felt like a sauna in there, steaming.
Yeah, I mean, it's that time of year. It's hot in Philly this time of year.
So, like, how do I cool down? What do I figure out to do? I go and get bags of ice, put them down my shirt, pour them on top of my head, put them down my pants, try to do everything I can to cool off.
Well, why don't you just fire up the AC?
I didn't want to raise my energy bill. I want to be energy efficient.
Well, look, all you have to do is you just go to check out Pico's energy saving rebates. They've got deals on the Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bills.
Can I keep the ice in my pants?
Not unless you're just putting it in my drink.
Sold. I will happily do that for you, my friend. And after that, I'm going to go to pico.com/ways to save, because they've got tips for everything: heating, cooling, lighting, you name it. You sick fuck.
I think I can speak for everybody when I say that the second take was much better.
All right. We are back. We are back at the Ospreys, 8th annual. We awarded a lot of awards tonight, but there were several that were awarded earlier. So let's run through those. We, of course, have the Nobel PHLY Award for work in the community. That went to Jalen Hurts. The Osprey for Sirianni excellence in toughness like a hockey player. That went to Brandon Graham. The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance Award for Best Birdman goes to the Athletic Greens guy. Congratulations to him on entering the family. We have the Goose Almighty Award for Most Evangelical Eagle. That went to Nick Sirianni. The Rotten Egg Award went to Bryce Huff. The Stork Award for Delivery of the Year went to Leah Wolf. Tough night for Bryce. The Bustard Award for the biggest bust also went to Bryce Huff. The Pterodactyl Award for the best player 31 years or older went to Lane Johnson. The I Will Be Better Award for most likely to improve in 2025 went to Moro Ojamo, the closest voting we had, narrowly edging out Jalix Hunt. And then finally, the Exit Stage Flight Award for player the team most needs to replace went to Darius Slay. Congratulations to all of the winners. Okay. I gotta tell you, this is my favorite part. So typically, the Ospreys are confined to just the league year, okay? Which ends in March, even though we do this show in August for some reason. But the story of the 2024 Super Bowl champion Eagles cannot be fully told without something that extended throughout the offseason into late May. I'm talking, of course, about the tush push. The play that has served as a lightning rod for the last 3 seasons and that teams whine about, giving the Eagles no credit for their implementation, while Roger Goodell uses it as a misdirect from the league's nefarious doings. This culminated, of course, we remember, with an intense vote at the other owners' meetings in May, as Jason Kelce joined the Eagles' envoy to help make an impassioned case to make the play legal. By the skin of their teeth, the Eagles were victorious in that push, thanks in no small part to the vivid arguments by the team's owner.
Oh, God, where's this going?
That's right. And so we reached out to Jeffrey Lurie
No, we didn't.
to see if he wanted to send a message of reflection on the Tush Push's journey for this celebration of the season that was. He responded, surprisingly, in song form.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm worried about this.
Oh my God.
There was a time when boys grew hair, when their voices cracked, and their bodies were changing. There was a time when the underwear and the sheets were a mess.
Oh my God.
Because the thoughts were exciting. There was a time, then our play came along. I dreamed wet dreams in time gone by, of plays so good they'd be worth banning. I dreamed the league would really try. I dreamed that Raj would be demanding. Then I was young and hadn't shagged, and dreams were had and tissues wasted. There was no Luvu to be flagged. bagged, no tush unpushed, Lombardi's tasted. But the Packers can't be right with Mark Murphy soft as cheddar as he references Bart Starr. Wants our play out of the game. I paid Troy Vincent all that cash. For 8 years we both got better. Now he says I'm being crass, as if grown women are so tame. Of course I'm not a teenage boy. Now we will push the tush forever. Every first down will bring me joy, and we will beat the league together. Wet dreams my life would be exactly like this life I'm living. I'm richer now in some countries. So kiss my old ass, Mark Murphy.
That is the lovely voice of Anna de Blasio over here. With her fiance Ryan, who's a sicko, Miss Anna, as we know her, the biggest celebrity in our house. And if you are so moved by this, you want to hire this incredibly talented actress and singer, go to annadeblasio.com.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Give it up, give it up.
I just need a disclaimer. As brilliant as that writing was, I want Jeffrey Lurie to know, and everyone who's associated with Jeffrey Lurie to know, that I had nothing to do with that one. So I've had a 15-year relationship with him. I'm looking forward to 15 years more, and I just want Jeffrey to know.
I promise you, Jeffrey is going to love that.
Number one, you're sick. Number two, this is supposed to be his night. Why would you put him in that kind of sticky situation?
All right, we have one more award here before we get to the Zach part.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I didn't want to go straight from Wet Dreams to you.
Thank you.
So we have the Come Black Swan Award for Comeback Player of the Year. The nominees: Brandon Graham, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Isaiah Rodgers, John Ross. He
has
had
a
a
family.
family.
He has a family.
And Nicholas Mora.
Super Bowl champ.
I'll go first here.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I was in that locker room in Los Angeles when Brandon Graham essentially said he was finished for the year. And he did not expect to return. And for him to be active for the Super Bowl, contributing member of the Super Bowl, a wonderful ending to a one of the storied careers in Philadelphia. So Brandon Graham is worthy of this award.
I don't know what Osprey this is for BG, but throw it on the pile.
It's got a lot.
Yeah.
We actually do have somebody to deliver this one to Brandon Graham.
BG, David Akers here. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hey, I want to congratulate you on being the comeback player of the year. And what an incredible career you've had. From starting off as a rookie, being your teammate, watching you coming out of the University of Michigan, and how you dominated as you kind of grew through your career and as you grew through life, obviously becoming a husband and a father, and not only being the legend on the field, but the legend off the field. The type of person you are is shown on a daily basis. And with that, I mean, heck, man, you could probably run for mayor in Philly right now and win the job. You're just that quality of a person. So I just want to say it was an honor to be your teammate. It's been impressive to watch your career grow over the years, and the way you just stayed with the passion behind each and every game, all the trash talking you did. Love watching that, brother. I couldn't do it myself, but I love watching you do it and what you were able to do on the field. So congrats as the champion that you are, and enjoy retirement as the champion that you are as a man and a husband, as a father. Wishing you the best, brother. God bless you. Congratulations to you.
Go ahead.
So you told David Akers this was for Brand Press.
This one I did, yeah. There's no surprise on that one. All right, it is time now for the Cecil B. Duckbill Award for Lifetime Achievement. Here you go, Zach. Not for that. Mr. Berman, I was going to come up here and talk about how much of a pleasure it has been to work with you for the last 6 years, how your dedication to the job and obsession with detail made life easier for me as your co-host. I was going to thank you for being comfortable being uncomfortable and continuing to open the curtain to your off-the-press box life. I was going to say how refreshing it is to see that a man of your age never loses his youthful excitement about the job, nor his horniness. Instead, and buckle in because we got a while, I don't have to say any of that because the sickos have done it instead. Once I was able to scrounge up the password, I checked my work email last night. By the way, it turns out BG is going to make an appearance at the Primos in New Orleans on February 4th, if you want to cover it. And I found a deluge of reflections from the sickos. Messages like those from Dan in Omaha, who thanked you for being the voice of reason in the first half of last season. He says, when so many people thought the season was hopeless and ready to call it quits on Sirianni and Hurts, even after victories, Zach stayed true to his not too high when it's going good, not too low when it's going bad approach, even though he was often ridiculed during those weeks for still having a positive outlook on the rest of the season. And he was so fucking right. Yeah. Dan also wants to know if you leaving means that now you can go to your future brother-in-law's bachelor party. No. Emily is shaking her head. There were a lot of messages from people thanking you for your dedication when you met them in person. Like Alex B., who met you before the Tampa game last year, a season after you had a missed connection at a preseason game the year before, which led to you giving him your personal cell phone number. Interesting choice. Or Brian, who once shouted at you outside online to get into a John Mulaney show. He says, poor guy tried to enjoy his night out and I couldn't let him escape his notoriety. He also says that he is going to pretend like you are not leaving the show, you just have bad Wi-Fi in Brazil. There's James from Scotland, for whom you signed a book before the Panthers game last year. Rich Bobby is here. Rich has met you several times and notes that you are still the same guy, super kind, and always asking what you can do better. And for the record, his answer is always the same. He's got no idea. Tom in the UK started listening to us during COVID and says we were very important in giving him a sense of normalcy. Then he and his girlfriend Emily flew to Philly for a game, and you met them before the 2023 mid-collapse Cardinals game. He says Emily was thrilled a few months later when Zach gave her a special shout out in the Spotify rap segment, which was controversial in the household. Because when you met in Philadelphia, Zach, after that, did not respond to his emails defending London's food city status, or his Instagram DM thanking you for the birthday book you signed that she reached out to you. So he arranged for her to send you the screenshot of his Spotify, knowing that you guys had a rapport. They also have a baby due in October. They said they might name it Berman. So there you go. Simon, who is here tonight, writes, Zach, you are the heart of the show. You had the unthinkably hard job of walking into a podcast with hosts who were inside jokers when you were on the outside, who were irreverent when you were earnest, and who were used to talking about their personal lives on air when you were clearly uncomfortable doing so. And probably unsurprisingly, given what we know about your work ethic, you figured it out. You figured out how to do post-game podcasts at 3 a.m. for preseason games when Bo wanted to ask abstruse trivia questions and you wanted to go to sleep and or die. You figured out how to make us root for you even as you lost every single game of Swooper. The one per team draft where you picked Derek Brown, or whatever that game was during the pandemic when you drafted Trey Thomas in the first round. You figured out what hentai was. The show must go on without you, but it won't be the same. Thank you for the endless hours of information and entertainment. Shout out to Amazon. Jason and his wife Kelly in Missouri are tried and true sickos, and Jason writes, I still remember the day it was announced you were joining Birds with Friends. I wasn't thrilled. Now, several years later, I cannot imagine the PHLY Eagles podcast without you. I would like to pass on one piece of advice. Please, please, please stop reading all the comments. Yeah, please. He says, stay true to yourself and your convictions. That's always been enough for the true sickos. There were a lot of recollections of favorite moments, from calling a charcuterie board a charcuterie to your valet story or your pronunciation of a certain Brazilian cocktail, your disdain for Devontae Parker, or your dilemma with the phallic locker room trophy. Brian L. writes, some of my favorite ZB memories are him finding out about Hentai Live on air, how embarrassed and proud he was after breaking the news of the Eagles draft pick, all the Swooper moments, dirt of the earth, him acting like riding Waymo was like entering heaven, him singing I've Got Friends in Low Places for Shields Osprey's Goodbye, and so many more. I'm sure ZB will be successful in his next venture, but please make sure it gets through to him how the sickos feel about him. That's our guy. Is Michael Moreno here tonight? Michael Moreno. Well, we'll have to skip over that one then. Instead, we go to Sicko Mark, who helped make the original Birds with Friends theme song, and he hopped into action to make a new tribute for you. Zach, Julia, you can play that bad boy if you have it up.
Bird to your mother, Zach's flying the coop, using his natural leverage to ditch the group. Was it something Fran or Julia said? We gotta know. Why's Bo Wolf go through so many co-hosts? But seriously, Zach, thanks for squawking the squawk and signing Sitco's dad's copy of Under.
There's James from Scotland.
Bird to your mother, another. Zach's flying the coop, using his natural leverage to ditch the group. Was it something Fran or Julia said? We gotta know. Why's Bo Wolf go through so many co-hosts? But seriously, Zach, thanks for squawking the squawk and signing Sitco's dad's copy of Underdogs. Keep flying, Goose. Keep attacking the grind with your enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
Birds with friends. Birds with friends. Birds with friends. Birds with friends.
Sicko Shield K or Escapadia. I'm not sure which one he wants to go by. Remembered how to write. I mean, you say the same thing about me. ZB, when you signed on to do a podcast 6 years ago, it was quite clear that you had no idea what you were getting into. You wanted to talk ball, yet days in you were stuck avoiding questions like, where did you honeymoon? Why don't you pee sitting down? And which steakhouse does dynamic personality Pat Shurmur like to frequent? But like Vic Fangio on a second possession, you adjusted quickly, learning when to lean into the bit and when to push back on Bo's many annoying habits. You were committed to bringing Eagles fans a boots-on-the-ground perspective, even if that meant powering through frustrating Wi-Fi issues. Shout out Brazil, shout out SEA. You embraced your inner Frank Lambert and the Maha movement, Make America Horny Again. You told a story about how a high-ranking Eagles exec once asked you who you liked in the draft, and you mentioned consensus #1 overall pick to Jadeveon Clowney. Then you told the story a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time. And you get the point, CB. With all due respect, you never need to tell that story again. He continues, the truth is you got good at this, really good. In fact, I'm not sure you ever realized how good you were. You had juice. You had perspective, you had personality, and people liked listening to you. Having said that, the heart wants what the heart wants, and like Isaiah Simmons, you are a positionless media personality. I have no doubt that you will continue to crush it at your next stop. All that I ask is the next time you write a feature, please don't go to the subject's favorite restaurant. We all need a second pitch or a plan B, unless, of course, you're Johnny Gans in the Super Bowl.
I can write.
So good luck and farewell. Bo would say he loves you. I'll say do better tomorrow. Now, I will forward all of these to you so you can continue your crying. Back Sweat Bob wrote you a poem. Idiot Sandwich wrote you a full article. No word from Big Farts Jones. Tyler M. is going to miss your inadvertent sexual innuendo. Noah V. says he discovered the show in 2020 and hasn't missed an episode since. Ruben from Maryland shares your Montreal heritage and is grateful that you let us inside your mind for the last 6 years. He correctly notes that the reason the comedy of the show works so well is because you have a built-in gravitas from your reporting bona fides. Claire, who is here, I mean, really pandered to you. She could not have pandered more. She says, I'm going to turn to the esteemed West Wing.
Ah, yes.
As is only appropriate to sum up what kind of person you are. There's a scene when Leo is talking to Josh. It means nothing to me.
Means a lot to me.
And shares a story about a guy who was walking down the street and falls in a hole. Walls so steep he can't get out. A doctor and a priest each pass by, throwing something down when the guy asks for help, but moving along. Then a friend comes by and jumps in the hole and reassures his stuck friend that I've been down here before and I know the way out. That's you. Thank you for helping the Sickos out with your knowledge, dedication, hard work, and kindness over the years. Sam in London is a couples therapist and regrets not offering us his services pro bono, which I do think would have made for a great episode. Then he offers this insight. Usually when people use the phrase old-fashioned values, they mean something ugly, but Zach embodies the very best of them. Yusuf says, you've become my most trusted source for Eagles-related news and the central part of my Eagles fandom. Raheem Rock Sanders writes in, one thing in particular stands out about ZB. He treats every host, guest, production staff, and listener the same without discrimination. No matter the make, model, or spot of the car, ZB looks past the superficial features and recognizes the simple truth that everyone parks the same. With all that said, I want to congratulate ZB on his job as the next NFLPA executive director. Ethan from Chicago. Zach embodies journalistic integrity to a near ascetic degree, a quality so steadfast it occasionally borders on self-sabotage. His passion for the craft is unmistakable, tangible in every article, audible in every exchange with colleagues. He prides himself on reading every comment, and in my own case, once honored my request to use the word nincompoop on air. Though I'm not typically one for aphorisms or sentimental quotes, Zach's sincerity, incisive wit, and offhand adages have left an enduring impression. I've long considered myself a composite of Zach and Bo, and with his departure, I find myself missing the ZB sensibility that has long complemented my fan identity. More than a beat reporter, Zach has been an inadvertent companion during difficult stretches, offering levity, insight, and a welcome respite from the grind. I'm certain he'll thrive in whatever comes next, but selfishly, this one hurts. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll thank him in person at a book signing in a great food city. There are more mushy ones coming. Greg in Lancaster says you are a role model. As a high school counselor, I love helping students find what makes them tick. I want them to seek paths that marry their skills with their passions. Zach identified his path at a young age and consistently took the steps needed to reach his goals. Not only that, he constantly, to the disdain of his REM cycles, works to be better. I know jokes are told when he signs off by saying, we'll try to do better tomorrow, or when he shares a quote from a book he's read. I think it's incredible that he lives up to the ideals he believes in. He's not all talk. If I could get one student every year to follow their dreams the way Zach has, it would be the reward of a lifetime. The most common refrain was from the sickos who are grateful for the sense of community.
Yeah.
Like Michael from Western Canada, whose Eagles fandom had been isolating until he discovered the show. He says, you are so smart, dedicated, caring, and genuinely funny. Your commitment to improving your craft is inspiring, if bordering on obsession. You speak so highly of those around you, and I hope you know how highly we all think of you. Similar sentiments were shared by Joe and Jason and Mike and Danielle Fishel and Brendan, who studied abroad in New Zealand, and thanked you for the normalcy and taste of home you gave him every day there. He says one of the hardest times he has ever laughed in his life was the 10-minute tangent to discuss how to pronounce Gabe Hall's name in a way that doesn't sound like Gay Paul. It was such a dumb, or as you would say, sophomoric tangent, and only you and Bo would ever think to go down that rabbit hole, let alone spending the time pronouncing the name with each different inflection possible. It certainly helped that the office I worked in was open concept and deadly silent. I had to hold in the laughs and tears. I'm sure the intern convulsing with his headphones on drew some odd looks, but it was worth it for the moment. Jonathan, who often listens while running, flex, also has to deal with the awkwardness of laughing in public. He then writes, there are big, serious things going on in the world and in our lives, and while this is not just football, and some may feel it isn't that important in comparison, I find tremendous value in what you do because it informs me and entertains me and, yes, distracts me sometimes from those big, serious things going on in our lives. That is not a minor thing. Finally, Neil writes, seeing the Eagles win multiple Super Bowls has emphasized to me how much of sports are about the love we have for the people we watch the games with. Yeah. There have been times on this show when Zach has famously been hesitant to say, I love you. I don't entirely fault him. It is hard to say I love you to someone you don't truly know. But as listeners, we know Zach. We have spent years watching football with Zach. We will be cheering on whatever he does next and rooting for him the same way we root for this team. As always, Zach, we love you. And with that, we roll the video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, buckle in.
Love you, Zach.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been,
My question is, did you on purpose match the orange?
Yes,
in
with the shoes.
Yeah, the orange
Yeah.
flare on the
I did.
hoodie with the orange shoes.
I was picking which shoes to wear, and I thought, you know what, I'll wear the ones with the orange on it.
That's drippy. I like it. Look at that.
What did you say?
That's
said
drippy.
drippy. Yeah.
It's drippy. That's my son always says that's drippy.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's drippy.
Yeah, my son says that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that this happens a lot where we say we got to make that a drop. I do think we need to make that a drop.
Yeah, or my son's, my son talks about people's drip.
Yeah, your son's allowed to say it.
All right. I can't say. Okay. So you got drip right now.
Did you read the Time magazine cover story on Jalen Hurts? Were you interested in the 6 people that he chose to have dinner with?
I love that question.
You love that question?
Yeah, I love that question.
Would you like to give us the 6 that Jalen Hurts said? Can you remember them?
Barack Obama, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Was Freddie Mercury on the list?
Freddie Mercury? What? Was Freddie Mercury on the list? Zach, did you see the other people he had on the list? Freddie Mercury? I think you're going for Frankie Beverly, who is decidedly not Freddie Mercury. If Jalen Hurts started with Freddie Mercury, that would have been very interesting.
That's who I meant.
But yeah, you're right.
I was using your line here. Yeah, this
Probably
is
about as old as Calcaterra.
Yeah, this is a 6-year guy in college. Okay, Cal, then UC Davis, then Tennessee. He has a master's degree in agricultural leadership. So
Gotta love that.
yeah. Honestly, I was unimpressed. With,
Agricultural leadership?
Yes.
What do you think that means?
It means he's leading agriculture. Yes. He has.
You over there, plow that. You over there, you hoe.
He's planning.
Is he gonna barking orders at farmers?
I mean, yeah, no, he could start a landscaping company. He could start I don't know. Yeah, he's very familiar with agriculture. He's working.
You might call him a leader in the agriculture field.
A leader in the agriculture industry. Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's from South Lake Tahoe. Okay. So.
So what?
I'm saying South Lake. All right, let's compose ourselves here. So when I did watch McCown Castles, and I gotta say I was.
He's from South Lake Tahoe. Oh my God, we're so punch drunk.
All right, please.
By the way, his high school is SLT, so I think like slut.
All right, this is ridiculous.
Be
okay?
a professional, Zach.
Yes, come on. I mean, journalism, like let's come on. This is all right. So I went back and
So I think that Harrison Bryant is probably going to beat Jerome Baker.
This is the downside of AI.
Oh, this is the downside of AI? Yes, we have a DFOP who sent us a screenshot of the AI chat summary of this episode. It says, viewers are discussing a picture of Harrison Bryant and his grandfather at Hooters and a possible incident during a live podcast involving Bo and an anti-Roma slur. They are also reacting to the latest episode of the podcast.
I met one man who was wounded in love.
This is your technology, baby. Sell me on this great technology.
Well, clearly AI needs to improve, right? We talk about this. I don't think we've discussed Hooters on this show.
Yet. Lastly, given that Zach never sleeps, that Fran has been working completely around the clock, and I have a 4-day-old at home.
Yeah! We haven't acknowledged that yet. We haven't acknowledged that yet.
What a reaction. Can we clip that?
Sorry, that was
that was
like Howard Dean.
Disgusting.
Right? Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. We've been sitting here for 35 minutes.
One of us will fall asleep on air this weekend.
I thought you would say that at the top. I didn't want to make the announcement for you. Yeah. Like, we've been sitting here. It's been the elephant. Sorry, that was a weird reaction. I apologize. I'm thrilled.
I can't wait to watch that back later.
Congratulations, Bo.
Yes.
And mostly congratulations, Rachel and the whole Wolf family. That is awesome. But yeah, that's.
Thank you very much.
People have been asking me,
we're
and I've been saying, it's not my news to share. So
it's your news to grunt at.
That wasn't a grunt. That was like that was Howard Dean and
it was a release.
Congratulations. But
thank you very much. We're very happy, and thank you to everybody who has sent kind words. I really appreciate it.
And I'll tell it and speak it and think it and breathe it.
Apparently, Zach mentions that he and Vinny went to dinner at the same place. They ran into each other. Do either of you remember where that was?
Vinny won. I know exactly where that was. Yeah, I remember exactly where that was because I have a fun. Yeah, it was at Raw Sushi. Okay, and this was probably 2014.
Correct.
If memory serves. And I was dating my wife at the time, and she had like a pet peeve that like people would, because at the time I was on TV like once a week, and so I guess like people were starting to like recognize my face.
No offense, medieval times. So I was really excited for this garlic bread, and I was a little underwhelmed by, it was fine garlic bread, but whoever these Yelp reviewers who are talking about this garlic bread as if it was like the end all be all, I gotta say, like, let's chill with the garlic bread.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
What a great job by your brothers.
Oh yeah, this waitress she kept coming over with the garlic bread, and I'm not the type of person who's like, I'm like, oh, thank you very much, thank you. And she's like, and she just keeps rolling with it, and like my brothers are like getting a kick out of this behind, like they're sitting behind me, right? And I was in a row with like 3 kids, okay, and none of them were eating their garlic bread, and so. I think at one point, like the waitress is like, "Do you want to eat their garlic bread?" I'm like, "No, I'm good with the garlic bread," and I didn't want to be rude there. Okay, so that's my medieval time story. Yeah. Who do you consider close? Well, who would you consider closer with? And then I won't take this personally. Okay, someone who you've worked with, or someone who's an usher in your wedding.
It depends.
Okay.
Well, I don't really, ushers, okay.
Or,
yeah, it depends.
I bring this up because we talk about Nick Sirianni with Kellen Moore and Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen. Tennessee Titans general manager Mike Borgonzi, an usher in Nick Sirianni's wedding.
Oh, well, that's a good one then.
Yeah, so, and...
I think maybe he called in that favor.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, maybe so.
I tell you what, I don't think, in fact, I know that there is not another Eagles podcast live right now talking about the tush push and giving you the info that Mike Borgonzi was an usher at Nick Sirianni's wedding. That is Zach Berman's superpower. We are lucky to have you.
So I appreciate that. I am predicting March 5th, the Eagles sign Zack Baun to a contract.
So you think going to happen? Write it down.
Yeah.
The Eagles are re-signing All-Pro Zack Baun to a 3-year, $51 million deal.
Yeah, they're taking Quinion Mitchell.
Wow. Did you break that? Is that you breaking it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I haven't seen it on Twitter yet. Is it?
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news on the PHLY Eagles Draft Day show. Zach Berman breaks it. The Eagles are taking Toledo's Quinyon Mitchell at 22. They stay there. The Jason Candle Mount Union connection. Quinyon Mitchell went down to the Senior Bowl and blew everybody away, answered questions about his ability to play man coverage. Vic Fangio, presumably putting his thumb on the scale, wanting Quinyon Mitchell over Terrion Arnold. This is an interesting one to follow over the years. They have made this choice of the top two corners. They're taking Mitchell over Arnold, who comes with a better profile, but Mitchell, more height, weight, speed. And most importantly, the thing that we will remember, as Quinyon Mitchell joins Darius Slay to presumably start week 1 and eventually take over as the number 1 corner, is where you were on April 25th, 2024 at 10:42 at night when the news was broken by Zach Berman.
No, stop.
I have checked Twitter. I have put up the latest so I could see any Quinyon Mitchell tweets, and unless somebody tweeted it 5 minutes ago,
Zach got it.
ZB
and
is
the
your
problem
winner.
is Zach doesn't even know because he's on the For You tab.
It's true, actually. I wasn't looking at Twitter. I was, but
Let's get it in the chat. The chat is going. Here we go. Zach.
Stop.
Zach,
No,
Zach,
let's give
Zach,
analysis.
Zach,
Let's give
Zach,
analysis
Zach.
about what it is.
We got all night for
So stop,
analysis.
yes.
Now is the time to celebrate
I should
you.
know that. No.
You broke it.
6 foot 195.
Now, I correctly predicted it, but you broke it.
He ran a 4.33, like you said. Is he allowed to come in?
Absolutely. This is the quote real quick.
So excited.
Daryl Doucette. Hoosh Doucette. I think that's right.
You want to come on? Say hi? I appreciate
Give
it.
it in the chat. How about a read?
He is.
My man right here, my best friend.
I believe, aside from Fran and PHLY employees, this is the first chat sicko to ever make it on the show.
It's true.
I think so.
I appreciate you coming on. He's a little nervous.
Reed.
He watches all the shows.
I know that you and your dad were talking about this draft on your way in here. Who was your number one? Who do you think is going to make the biggest year 1 addition?
The new players.
Good choice. Good choice. It's consensus big board for a reason.
Yep.
Guy knows ball.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's let Reed close us out. Reed, I'm going to ask you at the very end. I'm going to ask you to say, "We love you." Okay. So, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, everybody. For Bree and Zach and Fran, I'm Bo. We'll talk to you Monday at 2 o'clock. And as always,
I love you.
yeah. Reed, I need you to close your eyes for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 winner for the Cecil B. Duckbird Award for Lifetime Achievement. Come on up, Zach Berman. Zach Berman!
Touched by this. I'm overwhelmed by this. This is so nice. It's probably not necessarily what I need for my mental state right now. No, I'm so grateful. I did write a few things down here. I'll be quick. Okay.
Julia.
And
Julia.
Oh yeah, for the pod. Yeah.
That's for the show. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's always for the pod. I'll be quick, I promise you here. If I'm being honest, I did not want this long goodbye. The slow drift that started 4 weeks ago, the announcement last week, it was, I assure you, not my preference. And for someone who admittedly tries to be the straight man and lead with my work, it's presented some complicated emotions during the past month. But it's also, in a way, I'm so grateful for it because it's been rewarding to read the notes and the comments and to see the way
this show, both Birds with Friends before and PHLY Eagles now, has played a role in the lives of this community, right? And I'll be honest, I probably didn't fully appreciate that until these past few weeks. I intellectually knew the power of podcasts, but I've seen it anecdotally, and I appreciate it at a level that I've never realized, and that, frankly, it's caused me a lot of conflicted emotions. But I'll just say this here, because this is probably I came here 2 years ago with excitement about a new challenge and sharing a studio with such a talented group, and it's been a thrill, honestly. We started from zero, literally. Bo and I did the first show on September 12th.
Never forget.
We put up on, I wrote a Jason Kelsey story that night, and we built an audience and community in a way that's been so rewarding to experience. It will always be an honor to be a part of this group. I've poured, I don't say this like as a flex or anything, I say this honestly, I poured everything I've had into this job, sometimes at the expense of my health, my sanity, my personal time, but it's been so worth it to see what we've created. And tonight is anecdotal evidence of that. I'm indebted to Anthony, he's not here, but to Anthony for identifying me, recruiting me, believing in me for this role. Same thing with our CEO, Brandon, who went to bat to bring me here. Vince, who's here, has been a loyal boss and my biggest supporter. I appreciate that. I remember asking at one point in the recruitment process what the competitive advantage of PHLY would be. And I heard a few different answers, but I quickly realized upon coming here that it's the talent in the building. Honestly, it's been awesome to share a studio with all of them. I see Derek here. You go on down the list. I can name everyone. Like, it's an association that I am so proud of, and that extends to everyone in the building. On Chris and social. I'm going to get to the production staff, the ad staff. I've never worked in an office in my life. Like, in journalism, you don't go into an office. And it's been awesome to be in a team during this period. The key to any on-air production is what happens behind the camera. I've learned that, and the producers have been outstanding. I will single out Julia in particular, I've known Julia for 29 years. She's been a loyal friend. She's a terrific head of production. One of the parts of this job that I didn't expect was to work with her again, and I've enjoyed seeing her every day for these past 2 years. I missed that. I'll say the best part of the job, without it, this job is a lot to it. The best part is the hour, and honestly, usually longer, that we do the show. I'm grateful to Jamie, to Rich, to Vinny, to Professor Selman, Coach Flynn, all those who contributed to the show. It's been a joy sharing a set and a screen with you. I'll say, in a year that included Saquon Barkley joining the Eagles, Fran Duffy was actually the best acquisition in Philly, without a doubt. As good as you think Fran is, I promise you he's even better, because I knew he was good, and then I worked with him, and I was blown away. It's not just the product that he puts out there; it's the work that he puts in, the way he articulates technical thoughts. He's an absolute star. I wish we could have worked together longer. I wish I could buy stock in Fran, because trust me, Fran's going places. I promise you that. But I can promise you there's not a bigger Fran fan than me in media right now. Finally, to Bo, I could fill 3 hours on this, but this is already probably 2 hours longer than I'd like it to be, this show. But Bo and I have worked together for 6 years. He's made me better at my job. He's left me in awe of his endless creativity, as you see here, of his wit, of his personality. I say he's the best host in the city on the air. I say it off the air. It's not pandering. In some ways, he's like a work spouse. Rachel's real spouse. But I say that because a question I get often is, do you guys actually like each other? And I'd be disingenuous if I said that there weren't shows when I left, frustrated or annoyed. And it probably works the other way too, right? But I've come back for 6 years. And every time. And I can tell you that
battered.
No. And I can tell you, without getting into too many details, 2 years ago when I was considering making this jump, and I was like, I got to go with Bo, right? Bo's the best. And part of, a lot of the conflicted emotions during this past month has been not being able to work with Bo anymore. So it's like anyone you spend every day with, right? So I can say he'll appreciate this. I choose my words carefully. I love Bo. I'll miss. I will miss sitting next to him in the studio every day. He'll still hear from me too often. We'll disagree on many things. He'll make fun of me more than I appreciate. But I know I have a friend for life here. But honestly, really the people I'm most indebted to is everyone here, everyone watching, the viewers, the listeners, the readers. Simply thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful that you watched, that you listened, that you read. The most rewarding part of this job is you. Like if you sent me a note, I probably responded with that because I mean that. Like it is this sense of community. It's people reading your work, listening to your work, watching your work. I so truly appreciate it. Genuinely, I hope you'll continue following my work. After nearly 600 shows, I looked that up, along with VODs, shorts, articles, events. I am taking on a different challenge. It will still involve the Eagles. I'll share that in due time. But for now, just simply thank you for watching, for listening, for reading. Thank you to everyone here at PHLY. It's an amazing place that's dear to my heart, more so than I could articulate, more so than I even realized. And I can promise you I will remain an avid customer and supporter of a place that I will always cherish. So thank you.
I love you too. We're not done. People say you promised.
Shotgun a beer. It's not happening. I got work tonight.
All right, we got the Big Five awards still to come. We start with the Gullitzer Prize for Best Individual Performance. All right, the nominees. Let me pull it up. Not there. Here it is. Okay, best performance by an individual in the game. Saquon Barkley against the Rams the first time. 26 carries for 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 47 yards receiving, 302 yards from scrimmage, the most in Eagles history. Saquon Barkley against the Giants. First game against his old team. 17 carries for 176 yards and a touchdown. Over 10 yards a carry. Pulled himself out of the game. Saquon Barkley against the Rams in the playoffs. 26 carries for 205 yards. Touchdown runs of 78 and 62 yards to go with 27 yards receiving. Jalen Hurts against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. 17 of 22 for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, Super Bowl MVP. And finally, Josh Sweat in the Super Bowl, 2.5 sacks, going out with a bang. What do you guys think? Fran, I didn't give you a chance to speak here. Did you want to say something about Zach? I'm sorry.
Show's long enough.
I feel like
Yeah, we did like 45 minutes of Zach.
Yeah. It's about 34 minutes too long. So yeah, thank you.
I'll get my words on Zach. To answer your first question though, back and forth on Saquon against the Rams Part 2 and Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. I think I'm gonna go with Saquon though.
Definitely Saquon.
Yeah, the two big plays, the two big runs.
Okay, in the snow?
In the snow.
What do we think?
In the snow.
Saquon in the playoffs? All right. We'll give a little Vinny. Saquon! Congratulations to Saquon Barkley for his performance, netting himself another Osprey award. Next up, the Palm D'Oriole for best team performance. This one I think is pretty easy. The nominees: the wild card round against the Packers, Week 13 against the Ravens, Week 12 against the Rams, the NFC Championship game against the lowly Commanders, or the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Super Bowl.
I think we can say the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, the Chickadee Defensive Player of the Year award. The nominees: Zack Baun. Let's go by applause this time. Zack Baun. Jalen Carter. Quinyon Mitchell. Darius Slay. Josh Sweat. All right, it sounds like you guys want the award to go to Jalen Carter, but we do have a cameo for this one.
What's going on, y'all? I hear there's a debate going on about who was the best player on the defense last season. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm going to give you guys the PR response, the PR answer. It's really tough to pick. You know, JC is obviously a dog. ZB is a dog. Q is a dog. Coop, Slay, so many different people. Nakobe. We all work together. Like, we're all kind of cogs of one machine. So I think that everybody's success kind of builds off of everybody else's. Those were obviously some great picks that you had. Obviously, I'm partial to my D-line guys, so I love JC. I feel like he absolutely wrecks the game in ways that I don't even think, you know, people that watch the games are aware of course. But we all play team defense, really. It's a team effort, it's a team unit. So that's all we can do, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to pick. I'm sorry to not give you a strict winner of this one, but you know, we got dogs everywhere. We fly around. Go Birds, baby.
Did Howie trade him because he knew I got a cameo?
Non-zero chance of that.
That's possible.
Yeah. Jalen Carter. Congratulations to Jalen Carter. All right, two more. Next up, the Gulitzer Prize for Best Play of the Season.
Yes.
The nominees: Zach, the best play Zach has ever seen in his life. Dallas Goedert's 61-yard catch and run on 3rd and 16 when the Eagles were down late in the fourth quarter.
Best play Goddard's career.
We've got the Saquon Barkley reverse hurdle. We've got the Saquon Barkley first offensive play of the game against the Commanders in the NFC Championship game, taking it 60 yards to the house. We've got Cooper DeJean's pick 6 in the Super Bowl. And we've got Jalen Carter sacking Matthew Stafford on 3rd and 2 with the season in the balance. Gotta say, Jalen Carter, the defending champion in this category for last year, attempting to intercept a spike.
Saquon's lead.
What's that?
Saquon's lead. Reverse lead.
Boo!
It's a great picture, though.
Yeah.
Look good in the book.
Thank you. September 23rd. It's called Leap Year, September 23rd. Wherever books are sold. Wherever books are sold.
What do you think, Fran?
I think it's the Cooper DeJean pick 6.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that's but they're not in that.
I actually think the Saquon first touch against the Commanders is even better than the reverse hurdle because, you know, you got the drip drab possession from the Commanders and then one play gone.
You could also make the argument that neither of those plays happen if Jalen Carter doesn't get the sack.
A late surge for Jalen Carter. What do we think?
I still think it's Cooper DeJean.
Congratulations to Cooper DeJean for winning the Gulitzer Prize for Best Play. All right, before the final award of the evening, we have one more musical performance for Zach. This one from an old friend who is very familiar to the Ospreys.
Ah, my man.
It's not Thomas Booker.
My favorite musician.
It's not Bob Dylan.
Tommy DeVito.
All right, Zach, on behalf of all of us sickos, thank you for everything. You are amazing. Lyrics here by your pal, the Great Bull Wolf, and there are a lot of them. It's a long text. Here we go. I might have to scroll.
Closing time, file your reports, then head back into writing world. Closing time, break the hearts of sickos from Yacinda to that Julia girl. Closing time, one last chance to talk some ball, like what's up with Debo's rear. Closing time, please tell Reed and Sloan that they'll always be welcome here. I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home intimate dawn. Closing time, time for you to go out to the paper that makes us dumb. Closing time, thank you for your service. Tell us please when Julio does come. So ditch your straight jacket, start jailing to the exit. I hope that you brought your pen. Closing time, this here new beginning turns birds with friends into bird with friend. Yeah, I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home intimate dawn. Closing time, quick before you go out, point out which direction Flacco's from. I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home. I know Zach will miss us as his home intimate dawn. Closing time, this here new beginning turns birds with friends into bird with friend.
Thank you, Zach. Best of luck.
Matt Quinn, Mount Joy, give it up. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well written, Bo. You can
What a
still,
waste of his talents.
you can still write, I promise you that.
Thank you.
And yeah, shout out to Matt Quinn. He's my favorite musician, without a doubt.
Shots fired at Bob Dylan. All right, the final award of the evening, the Emperor Penguin Award for the king or queen of the season. And there are a lot of good choices here. The nominees: Nick Sirianni, overcoming the doubts about him and leading this team to a Super Bowl. Howie Roseman, putting together another Super Bowl championship roster and doing that thing that he texted all the reporters about how it's like two quarterbacks in the same whatever it is. Very impressive. Saquon Barkley. I mean, probably the year of Saquon.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts getting over the hump. Or was it Vic Fangio's year after all of his time in the NFL finally getting his Super Bowl? What do you guys think?
I'll go first here. I think this was the year of Saquon Barkley, the offensive player of the year. You heard what Jalen Hurts said on the sideline, that he brought them to a different place, right? So now Vic Fangio wasn't there before either. I get that, but Howie and Nick and Jalen, they're all worthy candidates here. But Saquon elevated this team last year, and it was perhaps the best season a running back's ever had. So Saquon Barkley.
I mean, the guy was ridiculous from start to finish. I agree with Zach. I think it's Saquon Barkley. I think he was the what's the name of this thing?
The Emperor Penguin Award. King or Queen of the season, of course. I think the whole, the footage from the Super Bowl of Sirianni and Jalen saying, like, you changed it. I feel like that is what cemented it. However, this is not up to us. We have a cameo to deliver this one as well.
Saquon, I hear you're receiving an award because you was the best at work this year. No one works as hard that you do. I want to congratulate you, Saquon, and also wish Zach well in his new job. He's a big fan of mine. I want to thank you for that.
I tell you what, the price has really gone down on Joe Arpaio cameos. Sheriff Joe, closing it out for Saquon.
I know who he is this time.
That's good. Yeah. All right. We have one last thing tonight. The only thing that could ruin the night so far is the one thing we haven't done, and that is me singing. I mean, we've heard from two world-class musicians so far. Why not ruin it with me? Unfortunately, the person who was supposed to play guitar for me could not come. So, is there anybody here? Raise your hand if you are a guitar player, please. E.J. Smith! Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Give us a second. Zach, I believe this belongs to you. You play guitar?
I dabble.
Okay.
Yeah. For you, Bo.
From him? Sure. Gotta find my lyrics.
What are we playing?
Under the bridge?
I do. Yeah, I know.
You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. What are the odds?
How's that?
Sounds good. How does it sound to you guys? All right.
You want to count me in?
You counted them. You're the musician.
I'm not good at counting.
Okay. I can't count.
I'll just start.
Okay, you got it.
Ready?
Right now I feel like I don't have a partner. Right now I feel like my only friend is the sickos I see here. The sickos of sickos. Lonely as I am, together we fly. In searching for beats to find a companion, I check out their skills. Do they know that it's wham? Their stories I'll read, and the choice it was easy. Well, I'm still alone. Now that is a lie. Welcome to PHLY and the show Eject. Welcome to the family. We're live every day. Welcome to PHLY and the show Eject. What I get from Swoop above. We hired Eject.
See you on Monday. Awesome. That's it. That's the end.